I wonder what happened to those producers. Like, what's Ronnie J got going on right now?
I hear his name from time to time. That's true though. And then like Fathead, remember him?
Wasn't it Big Head?
Or Big Head? Yeah, sorry. I knew it was something with like.
Yeah.
Internet Money's still here.
Nard B, is that another one?
I don't know. Nick Mira. I feel like Nick Mira was really like the guy who.
Did we have this
big.
conversation where I said I feel like Nick Mira is being held back or something?
No.
Why is Nick Mira not like, we see ATL Jacob going crazy. We see, Metro Boomin's, he's before Nick Mira's time, but we see Tay Keith going crazy. When people talk about producers, if they're not into like underground stuff, which Nick Mira is not an underground producer, barely anybody's going to bring his name up. So what's stopping him? I don't really see him work with other art. Like, respectfully, I say this respectfully, Nick Mira should be on a lot more than Dro Kenji beats.
Yeah, man. I think he's just not giving his beats to. Like, the Internet Money producer that's working with like everybody is Cody. So I don't know. Maybe it's like a networking thing.
And Nick Mira's a young guy. He's like 21. And I don't believe, like, people are like, nah, he's just chilling. He only wants to work with the artists that's signed to him. I don't believe that. I believe he's competitive. He's a great producer. He's an amazing producer.
I've seen him make a beat like in the studio.
Yeah, the dude's incredible. So I believe that he wants to work with other people. I just believe somebody or something or someone or some entity is holding him back. There's no other way to explain it.
I'm trying to look at his discography. It's more recent.
Yeah, what's happened this year?
You're right. He doesn't really have much, at least from like bigger names. It's a lot of like SoundCloud artists. So Wolfface Joey, I feel.
Who is that?
He's got a song in the club that I liked. Okay, so he was on Juice WRLD Did with DJ Khaled.
That was a Juice WRLD song.
Yeah.
That was made years ago.
Codeine Cowboy, which I think was Lucky.
Okay.
Or maybe that was Yachty.
Let's be real here. Nick Mira is the caliber of producer.
Yeah.
With the hits under his belt that should be working with Drake or any other massive star. Like, Lucky is doing good. He's a popular artist, but that's not like, yo, Nick Mira worked with Lucky. It's like, oh, Lucky was fortunate enough to have Nick Mira work with him.
Could it be because he was so synonymous with like the emo rap wave?
I think he's too talented of a producer for that. And I think producers have more leeway in which people aren't just looking at them like, hey, you're just making these kind of beats.
Yeah. I also think that he's trying to, at least from what I've seen, because I've been in the studio with them and like just see how they are. I don't know all the business behind the scenes, but I think that like they hit up like unknown artists and they're trying to break people just like they did with Juice WRLD, Lil Tecca, etc. Like that's what they like to do. I don't think they're trying to farm producer credits with like Drake, whatever. They don't need to prove anything. He's got Fuck Love on here, Lucid Dreams, all the Juice WRLD hits. So, and I've seen it. Like I've seen new SoundCloud artists with like less than 1,000 followers just be in the studio with them. Nick's making a beat for them. It's crazy.
It's disgusting. These guys do not deserve those beats. This is where I gotta say
that's just
from
the passion,
No, but they're not mutually exclusive is what I'm saying. But I'm saying if you have a passion to do that, that's great. I think that's an amazing thing. But working with bigger artists will only help strengthen your ability to be able to push an artist.
True.
Because people know your name more.
Yeah. It's kind of like how Pierre Bourne's kind of like stopping himself from being a bigger producer because he has focused more on his solo art.
Exactly.
And
but I can understand Pierre's perspective because Pierre's like, okay, I'm working on my brand as an artist. Now, if Nick Mira was like, hey, I'm not working with all of these really big artists because I want to put together an album then I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Or if he wanted to be an artist, then I'll be like, okay, that makes sense. But to just work with like these really, really small guys how many of these smaller guys that he's working with are you listening to on a regular basis or saying, damn, these guys are really great?
I see your point. I don't even know because I haven't really listened to him. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I do. He does own, I believe, like at least a portion of Internet Money with Taz.
Okay.
So
I would hope so.
Yeah,
that guy's their LeBron.
Yeah. So passively, he's almost getting like a portion because Taz is kind of like the CEO in a way. So he's getting passively a portion of the proceeds, right? So he doesn't even really got to do anything.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody really, like Timbaland doesn't have to do anything, but he's still working.
Yeah, but at this point, you're right. Once you get money, like it's a whole different game. It's not about money anymore. It's about like legacy.
Yeah, I just want to know the answers. That's one thing that's been running through my head for at least the past month.
Yeah, no, I get it. I have not even thought about that, but I agree. Like I haven't seen Nick Mira in the producer credits for a big song since like Juice WRLD.
I'm gonna tweet this out right now. I want to see if people even bring his name up.
Who's the top producer?
Yeah, top 5.
Because they're gonna say like Metro, Pierre. I mean, I don't know your audience, but like Filthy.
I don't think people are saying that. They're gonna say. I know ATL Jacob's gonna be on there for sure.
For your demo, yeah. For mine, it would be like Filthy.
People a good amount might say Filthy.
I feel like Filthy. Any producer that is associated with Cardi for his upcoming album, like Pierre was, they just skyrocket. So you almost, if you're a producer, like you low-key want to suck his dick real quick. Metaphorically. Or literally.
But I mean, there's probably got to be, you got to go through hoops, or you kind of got to be selected.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be on his good side.
Well, what are you doing if you're a producer in this position? Would you have the mentality of, hey, let me just work with these guys that I'm currently working with, or would you want to, have your art be spread as far as it possibly can?
Are you talking about in the perspective of Filthy or Nick?
In the perspective of, let's just say, you're Nick Mira.
Okay, so I don't even know if I can relate because he has such big hits as it is. So I don't know how I feel, but yeah, I mean, I'd say it depends on his specific goals. But personally, since I haven't been there, I'd be like, give this shit to Drake, like Bad Bunny. Let me get out there. Let me have the little, Nick, you're stupid, producer tag at the beginning, so it boosts my name even more. That's what I'd do.
Well, I hope to not see him just
fade away.
Continue. I don't think he can really fade away, but I just want to see more of him. I want to see more of his beats. I want to see bigger artists using this stuff. Because this is one of the first times we've seen something like this. Usually a producer falls off and people don't, really want to work with them or anything like that. That's not his case. It's rare we see a producer that's in high demand, which I believe he is still in high demand, that isn't really working with a lot of people.
Yeah, just like Internet Money is kind of focused, at least from what I've seen. Like the producers that are releasing more are like Cody. I can't remember his name at the top of my head, but there's another one. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't think so.
You don't know any of the Internet Money producers? Yeah, there's like 2 or 3.
I know Cody. I know that. I don't know if Census is still on there. I know Nick Mira, and that's pretty much all I know. Or what's DT? Is that?
I don't know.
I know
Working
DT.
on Dying is starting to gain traction too.
What is that?
They work with Uzi for Eternal Take, and then now Filthy is in that too, so he's going up.
Okay, got a couple of responses already. What the hell? Somebody said filthy.
I told you.
No. Who's BNYX?
Benny X. So he's on Working on Dying as well. He's working with like Yeet and Dom Corleo. Like he's like the new producer for the underground.
All right, Faceless. Who's that? Or Face LSS?
I don't know.
K10 Beats.
Okay.
And ATL Jacob. Somebody said Filthy #1. Somebody said FNZ. Mike Will made it. I'm guessing. DJ Dahi, Soundwave, and Jay Versace. Okay. Somebody said Filthy Pierre, Metro Boomin, Pharrell, Wheezy. Somebody said Yay, Alchemist, Metro Boomin, Kenny Beats, Hit Boy. Honorable mentions: Tyler the Creator, JPEG Mafia. Yeah.
Pierre? No Pierre?
No, someone said Pierre.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, someone said Filthy Pierre, Metro Boomin, Pharrell, Wheezy. So we haven't heard Nick Mira's name mentioned once. And I don't think that's necessarily
Rio Leva.
Oh yeah, I know.
That was the other guy. Yep.
I don't think it's because they don't think he's a good producer. I just think they haven't seen or heard enough from him.
Relevancy bias.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree.